Tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, Chris. How are you? Good. That's good. It's nice to meet you. I'm Sarnia.
Hi, Kristopher. You're welcome to our school. I'm certainly honored to have you here. Really. I don't know who's in charge of the truck. Because our entrance is going to be down there, so that'd probably be the best place to have it.
Okay. Grab Dominic and sit him down.
Good morning, patriots. This morning we are gathered to pay Kristopher Knowles as a 13-year-old boy who needs a liver transplant. He's been waiting for a liver for over 10 years. He has had a number of surgeries which saved his life. He has a wish. He wants to accomplish a 200-city walking tour across Canada to help every man, woman, and child who also need organ transplants. He will do this by raising awareness in every city he visits of the importance of organ and tissue donations. This young man has an incredible will to live. First there was Terry, then there was Rick, and now we welcome Kristopher to St. Paul. Please join me in welcoming Kristopher Knowles. Before we get to Kristopher and some of the presenters, I'd like to introduce some of the special guests who are with us this morning. First of all, our Member of Provincial Parliament, Mr. Kevin Gray. Sitting beside Mr. Prater, of course, is our Mayor, Mr. Ted Salsi. Down the end is a representative and a coordinator that was part of this group for a while. He was the first one that I was introduced to about the whole program, Mr. Joe Malika. George Marcello. Where's George? Mr. Marcello will talk about later on, but this is the man who was responsible for the establishment and organization of this entire program. We're going to start off this morning by introducing this following gentleman, which is a living donor. A member of his family required an organ to survive. He's one of our staff members, and I'm proud to introduce him. Let me introduce Mr. Griffiths, who will say a few words on the importance of organ donors.
Kristopher's story, but 14 years ago, I lost my favorite Uncle Tom Griffiths to kidney disease. 4 years ago, I lost my father to kidney disease. And 6 years ago, my older brother Larry had a problem with his kidneys. Now this is a guy, we went to the same nursery school, same kindergarten, grade school, high school, and college, and then we started a business together after college in Los Angeles and New York. So we hung out, we were pretty tight. So we go to New York City together. We split up. He went to Rhode Island. He was in the toy business. I was in the furniture design business. And we met in New York City one December. Went out of town, had dinner, had a great time. And went back to our families. After Christmas, he calls me and he says, "I'm not feeling too good." I said, "Well, what's the matter? We got no flu. What are you, a wimp? Come on." He said, "No, I think this is something a little more than the flu." So about 3 weeks later, he called me and said, "Listen, I've been diagnosed with a rare form of kidney debilitation, and my kidneys are shutting down." So this is December, now it's April, and his doctor said, transplant. Got to have a transplant right away. Now, thank God we got a big family. So I've got 5 brothers, 3 sisters. We all meet in Boston. That was the closest place to where my brother lived, at the New England Medical Center. So we had a sister coming from Italy, brother from Colorado. We meet, and they got to take your blood type. Now, I got a rare blood type, so I thought I'd be out. I got B negative, so I was okay, I'll be all right. So the blood type comes in. We go back to his house, and they go, "Mark's the winner. Mark got it." And I'm thinking, all right, holy mackerel. They're all clapping me on the back, but I was a little nervous. So anyways, 2 months later, after that, they scheduled the surgery. So I go back to the New England Medical Center to Boston, and they have to do another battery of procedures and tests to make sure I'm okay. And they have to do a scope to do a map of your body so the surgeon knows where to go and which kidney is the best to take and all that kind of thing. By the time I saw my brother from December to January, he was slate gray in July. December to July. He had poisons and toxins running through his body. He was irritable. He was a shadow of his former self in 6 months. I couldn't believe it. He was just not the same guy. So we walked into the hospital together on a beautiful August day, and they do what they call harvest an organ. When they take it out of me, they harvest it and give it to him. Now, I was really nervous that day because I thought, what if they fumble it, or if they drop it, or what if it doesn't work, or it doesn't fit, because I really didn't know the particulars. So they knocked me, the doctor says to me, "Would you like to be awake?" I said, "No. You can put me to sleep. I don't need to see this." So anyways, they knocked me out. The doctor has a map that I explained before. Well, his wife was pregnant at the time, and he was having a baby, so he looked at it really quickly. And he didn't realize that your kidney has veins attached to it that do the processing. And you're supposed to take a kidney probably with 2, because then it's only going to give it a 2.5 hour procedure. He didn't realize, because he didn't look at the diagram good enough, that there was 3 attached to this one on my left. So he took the left, it took him 6.5 hours to get it out. So I didn't know this, but I woke up one morning in the hospital. He came to visit me the second day, and he was swearing at me. "You son of a..." I said, "What? I'm dying." He said, "You have 3 veins attached there." And I said, "Well, I didn't know. You know, you could have checked it out more closely." But anyway,